Hi, I'm Miss Larson. Thank you so much for subbing for me. I just want to show around the art room and some things you might need. So one is my microphone. It's just kept right here behind my computer, and you just pull it out of the portal. You just click it on your neck. It's magnetic back here, and then hold down this button until the light turns blue. And then you just let it hang down here. It should pick out. I don't know if you can tell a difference. There's a speaker in the front, and it usually does help, especially when you're wearing a mask. I think you can hear the difference now. I also have this face shield, which I'm happy to share. If you feel like you're not being heard through your mask, you can use this. There are alcohol wipes in the main supply counter drawer back in the back of the room. So this is my seating chart, and it's representative of the 6 tables I have in the back and in the front. I have all the kids' names. They know their assigned seats. I do normally put their sketchbooks out for them, and we do a drawing practice. But since you're subbing, I don't think you need to worry about that at all. But they know where they sit, so they should be fine. You can kind of do a quick check. Normally I put the boys in the orange chairs, the girls in the blue chairs. Doesn't always work out that way. But if you're kind of not sure if maybe I would have seated those kids together, you can always double check on here. I do have a 7th table that I've added since I did this, and usually with the classes where I put usually put 1 or 2 kids at that table, and I usually have just drawn a little square, and I don't even have enough chairs, so sometimes I have to pull a chair from one of the other tables to fit over there. I have this bell which I use a lot to get attention of the kids. They should be able to look at you after you ring the bell, hopefully. TV remote is right here. And you just kind of have to wait a while for it to kick on. Once you're logged into the computer, which hopefully you can do, then you should be able to pull up whatever tabs you need for the day and grab that in the corner and then drag it. This is my normal one that I use. Drag it over here, center it on the TV. At that point, you can use the mouse. You just kind of have to hold the mouse and look at the TV, and the mouse will actually go over to the TV, and you can play any videos up through there. I do normally do class points. What I like for subs to do is have, just instead of worrying about Class Dojo, just leaving it on a note for me. I'll show you the point. Kids can get a point for entering quietly, effort, cleanup, active listening, and following the directions. Beads are also extremely helpful for keeping kids on task. You can just remind them that you're looking for someone to earn a bead that day, and they will usually get quiet and start working. In the morning, I normally switch out the pencils from yesterday, sharpen them, and put 4 pencils and 4 erasers, which are these little guys in each bucket if you're going to be using those. This is the Ionizer, which needs to get plugged in and unplugged at the end of the day. You can just turn it on barely to on, and once it gets crazy in here, turn it off, or if it's bugging you, turn it off, because it does fill up the room with a lot of kind of smoke. And this bottle has some disinfectant that you can use to spray the pencils and tables between classes. Back here at the back of the room, I call this the lunch line for the kids. This is where I was saying the alcohol wipes were. I have 3rd grade, 2nd grade, 1st grade, and kindergarten. I need to label those. The supplies for each class are under here, and then I will put them out on top. It's messy right now, but put them out here on top, and the goal is put them back in for their class at the end of the day. Or the end of each period, so that each class has what they need. And I'll leave any notes if they're sharing anything. So my morning duty is to be here, or to be outside down in the kindergarten hall at 7:35 and let kindergartners out of their car seat. I'm with Miss Rice and 2 other teachers. That's easy, and it's cold, but it's fun, just depending on the time of year. And then at the end of the day at 2:35, I meet the Adventure Club kids down across from the doors from the office and walk them down to that same kindergarten hall that you go out in the morning. They know where to go, so they can also show you. I would ask responsible looking girl, maybe, to show you the way if you need help with that. But I just walk them down there to the end of that hall, and they meet the Adventure Club people, and then I stay there and walk with the other teachers to help some of the bus kids get down back to the cafeteria. At that point, you can come back to the art room and you'll have a few minutes to clean up and stuff. If you are having them do Art for Kids Hub or something like that, then I would just go to the teacher workroom and grab some white paper from one of the drawers. I think it's marked as paper in there to use if they're kind of free drawing with that. And they can use Sharpies, black Sharpies, that's fine. And then colored in, they will think that's so fun. This is where the sketchbooks are, starting at the top with third and going down to kindergarten. This is where the third, starting at the top, going down to first, artwork is stored, one class on each side of the drawer. Kindergarten artwork is in these shelves. And if you have anything in the that's wet that needs to go in the drying rack, if you will have each class use one color and then just put a Post-it note and let me know which class was which, that would be great. So also in this cabinet in the back of the room, there are some subplans in here. It's a lot of printables and different ideas in there. It does have the class points. This has easy activities that you can do. There are also these emergency subplans, which you're free to do. It's some stuff that Miss Kale left, and they look really fun. There's enough for one day, and if you are going to do one of hers, I probably recommend picking out a book to read to them, because I don't think those will fill a full hour, possibly. You're welcome to leave the kids in their chairs for a story, but if you do read a book, you can sit in back here. Each kid sits on a bear, and it works out okay usually. So if you're subbing for me and this is planned, and I sent you hopefully easy links that you feel comfortable doing, that's great. If it's an emergency and I'm sick, please use one of the emergency folder or the sub box. There's also Art for Kids Hub is a great resource. It's just drawing videos, and the kids like those, and they're easy and fun.